Today, one can ask about something where they make people that lost money, they make people that lost their rights, they make people that they go north side when it comes to protecting their ideas them. So they call it intellectual property. So today we can talk about intellectual property. We're there with
Mina Abdul Karim Kafad, a barrister and solicitor of the High Court with the SIK Legal Law Firm, and Mina also an IP expert, studying at Africa University in Zimbabwe. I also study in India, NIMSIL, National Institute, na India for small and medium enterprises. So I also study about intellectual property, strategic management.
well, as you already know, as you already hear, this man are expert on this matter. So now the right person to talk about when you to talk to when it comes to IP. Mr. Kofoy, waiting at IP.
IP is an expression of ideas, innovation coming from inventors, people who get ideas, who can create something where people they enjoy, they make use of. For instance, we get copyright, we talk about music, we talk about geographical indications, talk about fashion design, talk about industrial property. We also talk about patent. So you get a whole lot of classification of intellectual property rights. And these rights are owned by people.
Okay.
And say intellectual property, not a knowledge economy, because it's an expression of ideas will for be protected from the inventors and innovators. I will call it intellectual property.
Okay. So you talk something just you say economical what?
A knowledge economy.
No, knowledge economy. Can you just break that down so that
we'll say a knowledge economy? Like we'll start this now. We'll talk about expression of ideas.
Yeah.
People have ideas.
Yeah.
They can innovate. They can make something people make use of.
Yeah.
So this is what we refer to as a knowledge economy.
Okay. So let's take it back. How people learn for gain from, because you talk about economy, that means in the layman term now knowledge will they give money, right?
Oh, they give money.
Yeah.
You get economic rights.
You get economic
and the economic rights, they will go for respect the rights of rights holders.
Yeah. So let's say now Mina somebody who they sing music, for example. Okay. How I for protect the particular artist is my idea, and how I for protect them for make it give me money.
Okay, for copyright, rights holders you get two options. You can either register them and then a public domain, or you know register them, but then we protect them. But the rights holders there, they can get what we call royalties. They're forbidden from their knowledge and can get something like 50 years before they die. If they're in a public domain and for enjoy that, after that we say a knowledge economy. That's one for copyright. We're very common as Sierra Leone. We also get about patent. Patent now more get money because it's high technological, high tech. For instance, we say this Samsung phone, it come up from Nokia. They make an improvement. And where they make that improvement, you can do it for a period of a long period.
Yeah.
So you write that they protect them for a period of 25 years. We also get what we call trademark. Trademark now a period of 5 years and for protector. After that 5 years, then they go to public domain. And Sierra Leone, landscape of IP, there's a limited knowledge. And because of the limited knowledge, rights holders do not benefit. There's also a human right on that. So even the rights holders therefore benefit from the inventions that they make. This brings about human rights and IP. But what is very clear, human rights, we get what we call, even the human rights, they also rights to public use.
Okay.
Like for copyright, they will tell about 20%. For instance, if you write a novel, like I make novel, for instance, I say no bankrane. So that book, if I publish them, I for allow universities, other schools for photocopy 20% of the book. Say for instance, 100 page. So they go only photocopy 20 pages.
25.
Yes. That was why in other countries what they control, what we call Xerox, printing houses. They limit them. They pay licenses to rights holders. But how can we do that? Sierra Leone will get the law. The 2012 Copyright Act and Section 54 make provision for a collective management society. This society now they regulate rights holders. For instance, like musicians.
Yeah.
For protecting music from piracy, if you get a collective management society, what Sierra Leone will not establish it.
Okay.
And because of this, the rights holders then they lost. And the country back they lost.
Yeah.
Because for any tax what they pay, country they get it. For instance, we talk about counterfeit products. NRA Cable establish a department on IP rights. So for instance, if you go China, people like most talk say China they get counterfeits. No, they have class of goods. What you want now they produce for you. So in order to get that enforcement, forget a collective management society. For instance, in our boundary areas, and people are good at it. That was why we get what we call Food and Drug Administration. We get Standard Bureau. They also help in the process through trademark and service mark.
Okay.
For instance, you get Let's Talk.
Yeah.
You have your IP, what we call relative rights, on a digital. You can tell person say that version of that news the way they broadcast now we on our IP, because perhaps you might get a beating or not only Let's Talk, not then get her. You get a label. You can tell and say I want. You have to put down that form of information. Now we call relative rights.
So make you come back because always you don't talk, so some of them things are news to me. You understand? I don't dip entertainment a lot. I don't dip a lot of things a lot. Some of the things are news to me. So which I want to know, their offices there where you try for mention. So are they established or they are not established? Or they are established, people are not aware say then things they are there.
That's the first in Sierra Leone, what to lack the awareness. Then we don't get institutional legal framework.
Okay.
The law is there, but we don't get institutional framework. For instance, I remember at the time why they do me thesis, why they Kenya, then they get Kekobo, the Kenya Copyright Board.
Okay.
Then they regulate musicians, writers, as long as you dey under copyright, or very big, you dey under them, they regulate you. Na Kenya back and get what you call KIDI, Kenya Intellectual Property Office. For anything you get for doing invention, it's concentrated by that office. Now they regulate if the inventors when you know make a new innovation, because what you call a patent if you add something new.
Okay.
Now they make an invention. For instance, like I get this sheets. Other company in Quebec, say Bankrane. That's a trademark. That is their brand. Yeah, they add something. But for be something of unique features. Or get striking features. Where they don't say that they add. So we, the institution that we not get it. For able to establish as well, if you look with Copyright Act and create all length in there, but we not get it. But what I know, we have the trademark law, we have the intellectual property, the Rights Act, we also have patents, but it has all as much as that at the time when the breaches them be there. Even in copyright, you also get foreign domination. As to the time when them be there, then be get her. The British people will be get her and be there. But it's yet to be reviewed. But there also there a lot of law reform making processes. But the problem we'll get in Sierra Leone awareness not there. We lack institutional framework.
Yeah. So I think from what I get from you, not just what I call our for freedom, not just documents we get or lay down rules them say okay now this will happen, but the real institution way for enforce them don't know establish.
We not even get at all. If you look, we get copyright in Sierra Leone, get intellectual property management in Sierra Leone.
Okay.
But what is happening? Which ministry what is supervised the intellectual property rights in Sierra Leone? So they can and say the Minister of Justice. Sunday Kikam, Trade Kikan and Senate.
But without really
Sunday Kikam, Sunday Kikam and the Minister of Culture. It depends to the political will. Some countries in Kibi, the trade ministry. Some countries in Kibi, the culture.
Okay.
information and culture. Some countries like Zimbabwe, it's fully under the Ministry of Justice.
Yeah.
And it's also interesting, even in Sierra Leone, who copyright to not get an independent run intellectual property office. It is being a charge at the office of the Administrator General. But whereas our sister country like Liberia, they get the Liberia Intellectual Property Office.
Wow.
And we are a member of both ARIPO, Africa Intellectual Property Organization, who house in Zimbabwe, now they headquartered there. I wouldn't be a member as far back from 1982.
But nothing is happening.
Well, I can't say in terms of institutional keep building framework, we don't have. Yeah. Because the first thing we would have set up from 2012 when we have the law, we would have set up the Collective Management Society. That would have been the very first step. From there would have been the Sierra Leone Intellectual Property Office. Because we are a member of also the World Intellectual Property Organization, of which I benefited. They gave me the scholarship from Switzerland and studied in Africa University. So for me as an individual, I don't benefit.
Yeah. So it seems like the government has a lot to play. Be it whosoever government, whatsoever government that is in power. I'm not saying SFPP or APC. I'm saying government in general has a lot to play when it comes to this, because it seems like they know, they are aware of all these things. That's why they are member of the board that you are just
the Africa Regional Intellectual Property Organization.
So they are members of all these institutions, but when it comes to the local implementations, they're not there.
Yes, that is the problem we have. But I think
that's a big problem.
With the goodwill of governments, I think they can be able to do something.
But when,
because
you just said that these laws, or some of these laws, were established in
2012.
2012. Yes. It's like if my mathematics is right, about 13 years now, right?
Now, well before that, when we have the British colonial rule, we have the Patent and Intellectual Property Act. We have it, but
very archaic.
Yes. But in terms of being operational, that's the problem, the awareness. Many people don't know.
So before we come to not knowing, I think we need to, this thing, I have to put it to the government, because musicians are singing, people that are in the art world, they are drawing, they are doing a lot of things. For example, you just mentioned Let's Talk. I might have a symbol like you just said. How can I protect this when the institutions are not there to kind of support or give me a backup, like, okay, you have the right to do this? It's not, from, I don't know, you can prove me wrong. It might be the awareness, it's not there, that people need to do like this. But I believe the government also has a lot to play when it comes to protecting the act of, or the energy, or the ideas, as you put it, the ideas of young people, because poverty is knocking every day, okay, and people are trying to move themselves from poverty. But if we cannot protect them, I don't know what you have to say about that.
So in the first place, I know the government know, but perhaps that is not the area of priority. But all I know about IP is a knowledge economy. It can boom our economy. Look, Nigeria. The creative industry. You talk about the Nigerian film industry,
Nigerian music industry.
So all over the world is now dominating, even to Hollywood films. That could be another area we would have concentrated. It's not only about diamond.
Yeah, we started with Sollywood. I remember way back when Jimmy B was around. I think he started with Sollywood on movie, but again, we are not seeing anything.
It's a problem of policy implementation. It's a problem of policy implementation. I know DSTI is around.
Yeah.
It's office that coordinates innovation.
Yeah.
I know Dr. Senge had benefited from he had benefited from the patent, because he created something that is now of beneficial to the world, even to Sierra Leone. And I know he could do more than what we have now. in terms of establishing institutional framework, in terms of creating the Sierra Leone Intellectual Property Organization for it to be an autonomous body so that they could continue the conversation of intellectual property in terms of awareness.
Yeah.
That could help us. It could also create income generation if we concentrate in our creative industry. We create on our industrial designs. You heard about Mr. Melvin Kamara.
Yeah. Yeah.
You remember when the Ebola was around?
Yeah. Yeah.
There was some creation who are what we call petty patent. The standard is not high. Or see people inventing, bringing washing machines.
Yeah. Yeah.
They invent. Also at our university, they do invention in terms of medicine and the like. So what we could do now is about the creation of our institutional framework, ensuring that the law on IP is being put in place, encouraging musicians, encouraging creative holders, so that their economic rights will not be trampled. It could be also protected. Yeah. Say, for instance, you have your trademark, you can register that. The standard here is not that high, like that of South Africa and Sierra Leone. Their standard in terms of trademark is not that high. It will interest you that for South Africa, as a continent, South Africa alone can do more than 5% of intellectual property rights. 5%. Yes, put together the whole of Africa. Wow. That was why you see South Africa and Nigeria, they are neither members of ARIPO and other organizations. They are all members of WIPO, the World Intellectual Property, because they are competing in terms of copyright, creative industry. You cannot talk about creative industry without mention to Nigeria. Even the economy, it's boomed their economy. Yeah. Yeah. It also creates the impact for their country, the image in terms of foreign earnings. So these are the kind of things we must concentrate because it is a knowledge economy. Yeah.
So I think we need to talk to Mr. Our Chief Minister, because he's the one pioneering innovations, and I think he was the one.
We have been in a one group, in a one platform, intellectual property experts. We had been, I know it could move things.
Okay, so Mr. Minister, Chief Minister, please, innovation is a very nice thing. We are all innovating and we want to innovate more. But if there are no policies, just like our elder is saying here, to protect these innovations, it's going to leave us behind, you know, because as he rightfully said, it's an economical, how do you class it again?
A knowledge economy.
Knowledge economy. It's if you watch Nigeria, South Africa, and he was mentioning, creative minds played a greater role in exposing these countries. So we want to do that as well. We cannot do that if you cannot protect us. So please, Mr. Minister, look into this and try to see how best we can establish, make use of Mr. Our elder here, because he's an expert in this and he can do more. I believe that. Let's come back to you, boss. So now, as it is, let's say the government is not doing nothing. What can we do as creatives to protect our ideas?
Now, what we must do, we have to form ourselves up. We therefore come to one.
Okay.
As a serious-minded people. For instance, I remember when cassette sellers were around.
Yeah.
People like Didi Abu, Kolabo, they were frontliners.
Yeah.
In terms of copyright.
Yeah.
And they had the knowledge. Because I recall they were my resource person while I was doing my thesis.
Yes, yeah.
And they also had the connections. Because during that period, there was this ARIPO roving conference. Okay. We had together at Shangri-La, we had discussions, conversations on copyright. And I think there are many people who are there. Of course, you heard about the blessed memory, Professor Machi Jones. The Narika Rice is also an IP expert on patent. He's a plant breeder. I had done well in that area. He also talk about Kelvin Doe. I remember when we'll go study. We'll go study. We are given a special respect because Kelvin though is coming from Sierra Leone. Even the likes of David Senge. Wow. All of these things happen because these are people who are experts in IP. They are serious-minded innovators. So what we could do as a country, I think we need to come together to chart the way forward for alternative policies in ensuring that the copyrights, in ensuring that intellectual property landscape, the awareness is increased. We create opportunities for our inventors. And we have inventors here who can do well. So it's a matter, it's an issue of coming together as a nation. And the moment we establish, we have institutional framework, I think we'll hit the ground. Say, for instance, we have a collective management society for the musician. We will have what we call, we have treaties with other countries that will be enforcing the rights of our musicians all over the world. Now, this online streaming, the Nigerians, that's online streaming, live streaming also makes them earn money. So that's also help. But we need to have a collective management society that will ensure the signing of MOUs. Yes. So this will also help. We'll sign with other collective management societies around the world so that anywhere where Sierra Leone is, as long as they have got an invention, the creative industry will boom. And we'll also make room for enforcement. And the judiciary also had a role to play in enforcing the rights of rights holders. So it's a kind of a holistic venture with, as a nation, if we only want to enhance the knowledge economy of Sierra Leone.
So, family,
then there's also another thing I want to mention. I know you've heard about the Makenigara.
Yes.
That's also another area we refer to as geographical indications. So, for instance, when you talk about Campari, you know, Campari whiskey is coming from France, where you have a product that they know in a certain region. That's also help to project Sierra Leone. You talk about how this our creators and fashion, the Bogari. It's just a matter of improving the value and package. It's also bring money. So these are all areas in which our knowledge economy will work.
So family another you the expert which you don't say. What I get from all which you don't say, government know of waiting the gone, government know of the patent rights, government know waiting for do. Just that government not ready for act. But the question is, if government not ready for act, we the innovators there, we the creatives there, why we not go act? If they say something, you should say, let's say if you're not a musician, the musician board, it make mention of cassette sellers at that time.
All stars. You have the collabos, the Didi Abu. These are all people, even the Jimmy B. They know what we could do to bring the industry, the entertainment industry, so for everyone to benefit.
It's a collective work. Musician, when I work together, make una see how una will protect una act. If you not possible way they draw, put down the all they draw together. Make us see how we will protect una we act. We the advocates them or we the one the way they talk to una. Then we have come together and see how best we will protect what will they say. Because if government already for help, we for help yourself.
Yes. So, for instance, I've seen a lot of online TV. Say the instance of Amadou Lamranaba. One thing that's admired on his platform, he had a bell. And the holy books. That could be his own IP brand. That is his brand. You talk about Liberty. They had that twin, Liberty Online. So all of this, they can register that. It could be a trademark. And they could also enforce other broadcasting, online TV from taking their own IP. Because for whatever you do, your style, the expression, the way you do it, it is unique. That nobody will take from you. Perhaps, let's say for Amadou is using the bell. In case another online using the bell, that's been
can be punished.
Because that is own. Many people come to watch that. That is their own interest, exciting parts. The bell,
billing.
You know. So these are all things. BBC, you know, BBC how they make them in CNN. These are all they add their IP. That is always the copyright. they reserve their rights. So this
Yeah.
is the way forward. Even those who write books, that was why we've got a lot of authors,
Yeah.
but I don't see them gaining their economic rights.
Mm.
Although they have to balance between public and private, but they them also, we have to give them incentive so that they will continue to innovate and make the industry lively. But they also need to benefit out of what they are doing. That was why if you look at our industry currently,
Yeah.
you don't have people who come to invest. So if
There's no protection.
there is a protection for any infringement, you'll see what will happen.
Yeah.
If there is a collective management society, what will happen? That regulates all of the copyright holders. You'll see the benefits. At the end of the day, they will have rights holders enjoying their rights. Even playing music, DJs will have to pay for music
for
to musicians.
Yeah.
And then also they will be hired. So there is employment creation.
Yeah.
For those who want to go into serious innovation, government established what to refer to technology pool. These are areas, DSTI, I think they could handle that.
Yeah.
Establish, bringing young innovators together so that they will continue to encourage them. People will come, mentor them, and see at the end of the day, if we have one patent from Sierra Leone, say for instance, you can do an aircraft. We are well and fine, even for the country. It's also improve our economy. We have people who are talented. When we establish technology, transfer institution for knowledge acquisition, it helps.
So just imagine all of this comes to life. Okay, what will be the economy benefits in Sierra Leone?
So much.
So much.
It benefits the government.
It's
also benefits the rights holders.
Yeah.
And it also creates employment.
Exactly.
Say for instance, this new music, is it money? What? Bio something boy called Bio musician.
Money necessary.
I like that song.
Money necessary.
That song is a good song.
Yes.
At times when I reflect, I listen to the words.
Yeah.
It's something that is happening.
Yes.
It's churching. That music is churching.
Yes,
without money, there's nothing you can do. So we've got these people, these young people, coming to the creative industry. We need to protect them. They also need that we need to put more effort. That is future. There is something behind this. Even our movie industry, it will have developed. People want to invest. But because there's no institution that will protect the industry, people feared.
Wow, salon and virgin gone. As people they say, and our tools say and virgin gone because we get boku money, we will not tap into it. Because just so we don't talk, so we don't get government no benefits. The one that we get innovation don't benefit. The one the way they sell the innovations also don't benefit. A lot of people don't benefit in this.
We have a lot of IP experts. And because there's no awareness, there is no enforcement capacity. People just sit within themselves. Even IP law is very beneficial.
So if I may ask, okay, how many of you IP experts are in Sierra Leone?
Many, I'm sure it's over 20 to 30. Currently, we have a Sierra Leone who is working in Aripo. Amaduba is working in Aripo in Zimbabwe. We have a lot. There's also another Chijan Cole around Kenya. He's working for Kenya. We have a lot of Sierra Leoneans.
It's ironical. We have like 20 of you guys here, but what exactly is it the government needs to use you guys, or you guys needs to come together and be like, okay, let's force the government to implement?
That's what we are doing, the awareness. When we raise the awareness, governments will know we are very determined and serious. So that's the first thing we are doing now. The institutional management can be done very quickly. There are a lot of people who are rights holders, those people who have been on the forefront in terms of intellectual property. Even Professor Yoma. These are all people that were in the conversation of intellectual property. A lot of Sierra Leoneans.
So you guys have association of Sierra Leonean intellectual property experts?
We do have one platform, but it's not functional again.
Wow.
It's not functional. But we have IP experts. We have lawyers. We talk about Lawyer Kofi. There are other ones. I know there's a sitting magistrate now who is an IP expert. But the awareness and the education for people to know.
I don't want to blame the people of not knowing. Okay, I will not. I don't want to blame you guys. You the experts. Okay, but I think I have to shift the blame because you guys cannot implement what you learned without these institutions, and probably we have something we call misplaced. Okay, I don't know. You might have another profession apart from being an IP expert, right? You are a lawyer, obviously.
And IP is also law.
It's also law. So I think what you guys needs to do, or what you the expert needs to do, is to come together, have one bell ringer that will coordinate all this. Put yourself together as an association. Let it be an association, or let it be a body. Go to the government. Government, okay, we are here. We can help do this. I don't know. What do you think?
I think the well, will be done again, meeting seminars.
We're not fruitful.
Well, we could go talk on the thing, but what will make us move? We don't have.
What's that?
We need to have the institution where we could make our calls. The law is there now. Today we have a collective management society, which will be the regulatory body. We are fine. Other institutions will come up. We'll be able to gather all rights holders. Let's say for copyright, we have patents, we also have industrial designs.
So you guys cannot force the government to implement to implement.
Now, what the government should do for us now is to create institutional legal framework.
You cannot force the government to create that
framework. Well, it's the will of the government. Every government has its own agenda. For instance, the SMPP have the big five. They focus on agriculture and health and other priorities like education. But IP also is education. So now, that was why we are calling, at least for the implementation of the Copyright Act 2012 or its amendments, so that we could.
Let it implement first before amending it, because
what we have now, let's implement it. The moment we implement,
then you can talk about what is working, what is not working.
So now what we are doing as advocates and as IP experts, what we want a national strategy on intellectual property. That would be the first point of departure. The moment we have that as a national strategy based on the rights holders and the IP people, we have a common ground then. But I'm also asking for the government at least to look at the copyright. You see now the Z-Link is doing well. If you go to YouTube, you see our musicians. They're now doing well. So all we need now, we need to have the institution so that the collective management society will have what we call reciprocal treaties. You can be in America as long as the musician, the American Music Association will enforce its rights. So you see, the world is a global village.
Yes. All right. Elder Kafad, we are coming to the end. We come to the end of the interview. I want to make you give your advice to people that we don't know. One, then people that we know but not get nothing for do because of the government not create the institution there. Which I want to creative minds, innovators where they out there.
And my first appeal is to the government to at least look at the Copyright Act and do the needful. It will help us for employment opportunities. It will help us to improve our education. The second is stakeholders, those who had started before, like people like Didi Abu, Kolabo, Jimmy B, Dr. Spencer. Let them continue. Coming together is not easy thing. All of us have different interests. But let us have a common ground and a common purpose in ensuring that we have a collective management society, in ensuring that we have the Sierra Leone Intellectual Property Office, independent from the Administrator General's office, to run the affairs of intellectual property. It is a knowledge economy. The world is going high-tech. The world is going digital. And when you talk about relative rights, you start to talk about digital. Even the cyber act, they tell about cyberbullying. These are all issues that are to do with relative rights that could help us. It will interest you when around 1999 to 2001, America were only inventing 1%. As of now, they are challenging China. China, they had